This is one of a series of videos on the changes in the laws that take effect in September 2017. I'm Tournament Director Doug Grove. With me is Tournament Director Matt Coltnow, who is a member of the ACBL Laws Commission as well. This video is specifically about Law 32, double or redouble out of rotation. Just as a preamble, before dealing with these, there's one other consideration about irregularities with doubles that we need to cover first. What's that?
Well, Doug, although some players might want to, you cannot double or redouble your own partner's double or redouble, or bid. And the law that deals with inadmissible doubles and redoubles is Law 36. Whether they're in rotation or not, a completely different law applies to those.
And if it's an inadmissible double, those rectifications, which I understand haven't changed, come first.
That's correct.
Okay, having just made sure we're on the same page with that, now we'll talk about Law 32 itself. This is one of the laws where the proper adjudication of them requires the TD to understand comparable call. And if you haven't had a chance to review the comparable call videos, this might be a good time to stop and go back and do these, because the answer to the correct rectification requires knowing what comparable call is all about. Law 32 has 3 sections in a very analogous way to the sections in Law 31, which is the bid out of rotation. Section A talks about the double or redouble at right-hand opponent's turn to call. Section B at partner's turn. Section C at left-hand opponent's turn. So the rectifications for each of these are very similar as described there. There are some things that are unique, though, to a double or redouble out of rotation. What are those?
Well, again, this is the similar part is that our offender must be able to substitute a comparable call at his turn. And the caveat is, again, what we started from the top, where the original double has to have been of an opponent's bid. So in spite of being out of rotation, the double must have come after one of the opponents was the last to have bid in the auction. If that's not the case, we end up in Law 36 for inadmissible doubles.
So how might this overall change a TD's procedure here?
Well, there's one thing that could apply, which is when the double or redouble out of rotation has happened at your right-hand opponent's turn to call. If that player does choose to pass, the offender must actually repeat the out of rotation double or redouble. If this double is legal, there's no rectification. But if it's inadmissible, we're going to end up in Law 36 again. The person who's made this double inadmissible, or if an inadmissible double has been followed by another call by the other side, both sides are off the hook in this case. The auction returns to the player who made the inadmissible double, who can now make any legal call, and the auction continues without rectification.
And these are rectifications that are not changes. They're just a reference to essentially 2 laws at once, and you have to make sure you're in the right place.
That's correct. There aren't changes here, and these aren't common situations, but it's good to get them right.
Okay, thank you.